Welcome to Studio 1430, a Norwegian talk show filled with stars from the underground. Real music, real people, and real stories. Enjoy the cult!
He slept in a room that was so cold that he had to put all of his clothes on him. And it was so cold, and he woke up shaking in the middle of the night.
Welcome, Henrik.
Thank you very much.
Can you please start this talk with... please talk something about the band, the introduction. How is... who are the band members? Why aren't they here?
Why they aren't here? Well, I play in this band from Bergen called Vinterbris. Vinterbris in English. And we play this melodic black metal-ish thing. And why the other members aren't here is because they're out doing something else, I guess. Well, we started out in 2008, 2009 in the winter, just playing music at our room, basically, back home. And we started out doing like hard rock and metal in the beginning, just because it was our first band. Like, we wanted to play all the music that we liked, and that's basically the beginning of this whole thing. We just played the music that we liked, and it developed into what it is today, basically.
So you started out with hard rock and metal.
Yeah, we did.
And then it evolved into this black metal.
Yeah, because we were listening to the bands from Bergen, like Immortal and Tåke, for instance, and Helheim as well.
Yes. Was it also some American bands? Like the very big American bands?
Well, of course, we had Metallica. We also listened to a lot of Iron Maiden, at least some of us. And, well, you just got to start out somewhere.
So when you started in the beginning, did you have many, did you play a lot of cover songs?
Not really. Like, we just rehearsed on basic cover songs. We didn't play them live or anything. We just played, I remember we played Damned in Black by Immortal at the rehearsals quite frequently, actually. But when we got tired of playing the song, we just took what we had learned from playing this and took it and played it in our own way, kind of, and used the kind of melodies and the kind of structures that these bands had introduced us to. So that's how we started out, basically.
Yes. And then you were like 15,
yeah,
16
16, I think.
years old.
Yeah.
So you're pretty young.
Yeah, well,
when you started out.
Here in Norway, we are quite fortunate when it comes to learning and having places to play, and like everyone around us has always been supportive for us to play. They've always wanted us to have something to do. So, and since it was this thing that we loved, like, who wouldn't let their kids play metal? Like, I don't know.
So true. Can you say something about your first concert? Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do, actually. It was at this youth house in the Bergen City Center. We played this kind of like a competition or whatever, like a battle of the bands. And we, it was with our previous guitarist, Rikard Hamredale. He played with us back then. And we played one song because we had only I think we had 8 minutes to play or something. So we played the first song that we wrote, which was Frozen Horizon from our demo and
that
from our EP.
6-7 minutes long.
Yeah, something like that. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
So it started out pretty good. Like, there were a lot of people there, and we had a lot of fun, and we found out, well, we're going to do this. We're going to keep doing this stuff. Keep playing. keep rocking.
Keep rocking. And then you was the first concert. You was like
16 years old.
That's cool. And now it's still the same band after so many years.
Oh, to a certain extent, of course. Like, but things have changed since the beginning as people grow older than 16 years old.
Yeah, and some people move around the city.
Yeah, you move around and you find other bands you like, and you find other things that you do, and get like you get other views from life than just being a kid.
Yeah,
and well, things change, and so does the music.
So, can you say something about how the lyrics has evolved from the beginning to now?
Well, like in the beginning, I was basically writing about basically nature, as because I was really inspired by Immortal, and they have a lot of they sing of Blashirk, it's their Raven Dark kingdom where they sing about a lot like the mountains and all these things, and we were really inspired by that. So I started out writing these kind of lyrics about mountains and just nature and how it surrounds us and what we humans are in this place, Earth. And it has evolved from there. Like everything that we play, everything that I write has the basis in these bands that we started out listening to. So now we just dig a little deeper, I guess, into this whole nature and existence. That's how it goes.
So it's still about nature and existence.
Still about nature and still about existence.
But even deeper, more questions.
More questions, other views as you grow older.
Yeah.
Kind of like very philosophical in a lot of ways, or well, it's just some lyrics. You could just take it or leave it. Like someone would read them and just think, "Oh, this is only about nature" or whatever. But if you want, like you could what's the word for that shit?
Could you read your lyrics as poetry, or do you need the music?
I guess you could read it as poetry. It's up to you. Like,
yeah, it's individual opinion.
It's an individual opinion. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me something about the releases of Vinterbris?
Yeah, we started out in 2008 and 2009, and in 2010. We recorded our EP, The Unrested, which came out February 2010, I think. And we had 5 songs on that one, and the 5 songs on the EP was also on our debut album, just re-recorded, of course.
It's all the same songs.
It's the same songs, except one, actually. So we had 4 of the songs from the Unrested EP that was on the debut album, which came out a year later. When you record an album, it's fun to release it, especially because I was under 18 at the moment when we released it. So it's a proud moment. Yeah. Most definitely. And after that, we in 2014 we released our second album called Solace, and right now we're writing music for a new record, and actually 2 records.
Do you have a name for the third record?
Not yet. We have a working title, but nothing serious at the moment.
All right.
We haven't written that much lyrics to it yet, but we're going to start record during the spring. So, very soon.
Very soon. And you have even a 4th record planned.
Yeah, well, planned. Like, we started just jamming to some stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. Can you say something more about what's the difference between the Vinterbris debut album and the album Soulless? What's the difference between those?
Well, it's since it was a couple of years in between, like we've grown, we've had other members coming in. For instance, just before we released our EP, our drummer Ivan joined, and when he got along, we got much more mature because he's a couple of years older than us, and especially after the first the first record, the debut record, our bassist quit, and we got this guy Christopher to join us, and he also had his views on things, and people come and go, and when that happens, you see that things change, and people bring their views and their inspirations into the music, and so it changes, I guess.
Yeah, okay. It changed to the better, I hope.
Oh, of course.
But do you know when will the next album be out?
No idea yet.
Oh, you focus on recording it.
Yeah, we're gonna make a great record. That's what we're thinking about.
Yeah,
we just want to take our time and have fun while recording and make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be.
You make the best product you can
Yeah,
make.
of course.
That's great. And now the fun part, what I've been really waiting to ask for is, recently you were on a tour.
Yeah.
Can you tell us everything about that tour?
Everything about the tour,
Yeah,
okay.
we got all night.
We got all night. Half a year ago, we got a new guitarist who's called Fran. He's called Francisco Ramirez, actually. He's from Spain. And he plays in this other band in Bergen called Dominance. And we started out just talking with these guys, and they became friends of ours. And we talked about doing something fun, like going on a tour. So we did. We went on a tour in the Balkans and in Hungary as well. So we this January we flew down to Budapest and played in a small city down south in Hungary called Szeged. And after that we drove all the way south in Serbia to a city called Kruševac. And after that we played in Bosnia and Sarajevo. And we finished this small mini tour back in Budapest.
Yeah. Okay.
So this was a 4-day tour in countries we've never been to. So that was quite exciting.
How was the experience?
For us Norwegians, we it's a completely different world. Like it's not like a beach vacation or anything. It was we were driving, of course. We were driving for long distances from like 6 to 10 hours basically. So we were in a car most of the time, and the places we played didn't have that much equipment, but we had a backline with us, so it was no problem. We played with Dominance, and they played last every night, and people were enjoying themselves a lot. Like these guys know how to party compared to the Norwegian audience.
All right.
So
it was a better audience than the Norwegians.
Well, it's quite different. But people enjoy seeing bands coming a long way to play their town, of course.
Yeah.
So we were welcomed.
Yeah. How was the scenes compared to in like Bergen or Norway?
Like the venues or the venues? Well, since the high living standards in Norway, and because most of the venues here in Norway have a lot of equipment, it's not better to play in Norway, but you get taken care of in a completely different way than in these places. But still, like you take what you have and just make the best out of it. And that's how the places we played were. So, for instance, in Kruševac, there was this. We played in a concrete cellar, basically, an ice cold concrete cellar, and well, as previously mentioned, you just take what you have and make the best out of it.
Yeah. So it was great shows.
Of course, it's always great shows.
Always. A Vinterbris gig is always a great show.
That's what we're trying to do, at least.
But can you share some personal behind-the-scenes experience? Was it some moments that you don't want anyone to hear that you can tell?
Interesting question. Well, we when we got to this Serbian town, there was this guy who, first of all, knew a couple of words Norwegian because he'd played Counter-Strike online with some Norwegians. So the first thing he said to me was like, what was it? Dra till helvete, which means go to hell.
Brilliant.
So and he was this super intense young guy with an SS tattoo on his neck. Oh, fucking crazy shit.
But how did you meet him? Was he at...
No, he was at the gig and he wanted to see the band.
All right.
Which was kind of fun.
So he was a cool guy.
Well, yeah, of course, if he was quite drunk, but still, I don't support these Nazi tattoos or Nazi ideologies at all. No. So, well, as long as people come out and have fun, that's what's the most important thing for me.
Yeah, the music is the most.
The music is the thing I live for, basically.
Yeah. Yes.
We also slept in a guy's house in Serbia. It was ice cold. Our bassist had to like he slept in a room that was so cold that he had to put all of his clothes on him. And it was so cold, and he woke up shaking in the middle of the night, and he had to like go to the main room and just lie on the floor in front of a radiator to get the warmth in him. So, yep.
It's hard to rock and roll.
Yep, and like no hot showers at all, basically. Frozen pieces of soap, also something that we were introduced to at this tour, because we Norwegians are quite spoiled at these things.
We are not used to that kind of...
No, not at all.
No. All right. Yeah, okay. Do you got any other things you want to say about the tour? How was it like in the tour bus? What are you doing?
Oh, we didn't have a bus at all. Like, we had a minivan.
The minivan,
which was way overpacked, so we had to rent another car. So someone had to be sober every day and drive this car. And, you know, the mood while you're with your friends for 5 days straight, it's quite amazing. It's fun, you know, just going on a trip, going on a road trip.
It's a long party.
Yeah.
With playing.
Yeah, and going to places you've never been, meeting people you've never thought you'd meet. And I keep contact with some of the guys that I've met down there.
Do you think it will be a second tour?
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anything yet, but I would love to go back, most definitely.
Brilliant. Yes. Oh, thank you for all the experience you shared with us. Can you tell us something about the future plans of Vinterbris, except from recording the new album?
Yeah, we will. That's the first thing we'll do now. We'll start rehearsing the songs that we've written, and we'll record during the spring, and I guess after that we'll just keep writing new music and just take the opportunities that that's given to us. We're also gonna play actually a dissection tribute gig here in Bergen.
You are on that.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
we are. So we're playing the old school stuff like the Storm of the Light Spain and the Somber Lane kind of songs. It's going to be great. A lot of cool bands. Blueham, for instance, they're the one who's hosting the gig.
Oh, they started the whole.
They started this, and a band from Oslo called Unspoken. It's going to be pretty cool. Most definitely.
All right, brilliant. Great. Do you have any last words you want to say?
Thank you for listening and thank you for interviewing me, I guess.
Yeah, it's all my pleasure.
Oh, all mine.
Do you have some last words you want? Is there any band recommendations you want to?
Since I
you
play the
Bloodhaven.
Blueham, Unspoken, also because I play in this other band with my friends, Hayden's, of course. Hayden's must be mentioned. Your band, Avertia,
Thank
of
you.
course, and well.
But do you play in some other bands?
I play in a lot of other bands. I do a lot of stuff.
Do you want to make some announcements? Right here
some
and
announcements. Well, I got this this Stoner Doom record coming up. We're called Bråk with 2 A's, which means noise in English.
Who are playing in that band?
This guy called Jon Tangen Rasmussen. He's like a hardcore guitarist and drummer here in Bergen.
Is it only the two of you?
Yeah, basically. So we've been in this rehearsal area for I don't know a couple of weeks, and we've just wrote and recorded what we wanted. And also I got this thrash metal record coming up with this guy as well. So we've been quite productive the last couple of years, just writing music and having fun. So I'm looking forward to release something again. It's been a while.
So it's black metal, doom, it's thrash. Is it anymore?
I also have an old school rock band based on the 60s, late 60s. That's called Peacebringer. Also with one of the guitarists in Hayden's, Tore Henrik. He's also playing there. And this other guy called Erling and Jon as well, actually, on bass.
Oh.
So as of now, we haven't really started recording anything yet, but we've had many jam sessions and we know what we want, at least.
Brilliant.
So soon,
So
a lot of music will come out of this man.
Very nice. So you are very active in this in the music.
That's what I want to do. I want to play music. So
I want to. Yeah, I want you to keep playing music and keep recording music.
I most definitely will.
Yeah, luckily. Hopefully both of your arms will do the work.
Yeah.
Not like with Mr.
Fredrik, yeah.
from Hayden's. Yeah, thank you for the time and the talk. My pleasure. Yeah. We will probably talk again in some months or something.
Yes, most probably.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.